global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. Yes, Wike has decided to go against his Querried brother, former governor of Rivers State and former minister of transportation, talking about Rotimi Amaechi. Forget that Amaechi has been very vocal when it comes to the issue of coalition against Tinubu to kick him out of office come 2027. And fairly recently, he made some very strong statements some hours ago talking about his birthday event, which was organized on Saturday. And he made some very strong statement about Tinubu, talking about joining forces with other persons to kick out Tinubu. He said his decision not to back Tinubu's presidential bid was based on capacity issue. In other words, Tinubu does not have the capacity. He further added that the gains of the policies have, however, not trickled down to Nigerians because the gain of those policies are in their private pockets. Those were the words of Amaechi. And I think it didn't go down well with Nyesom Wike, being that he's a pivotal person in this particular government, being the FCT minister, and much of the monies have been going to him to, take care of FCT. And, he had also promised to support Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027 election. So he has a lot to tell his Querried brother about the issue of power. And let's just dive into full details of what Nyesom Wike said via the office of his senior special assistant on media and communication. Now, according to the news, Lere Olayinka, the senior special assistant on public communication and social media to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, on Sunday berated ex-Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amaechi over his latest comment against the Nigerian government. Olayinka said Amaechi should be ashamed of himself for complaining after spending 23 years in government. Posting on X, Olayinka recalled the number of years Amaechi has spent in government. In his write-up, he says, after spending 23 years in government, Rotimi Amaechi is still blaming the government. 80 years as speaker, 80 years as governor, and 7 years as minister. Some people no get shame. Since 1999, Rotimi Amaechi has only been out of government for just 2 years. Rotimi Amaechi said he is hungry and you are supporting him because you don't like those in government now. His comment comes after the former minister disclosed that he and most Nigerians are hungry. Speaking during the celebration of the 60th birthday anniversary in Abuja, Amaechi said that the opposition coalition has the capacity to remove President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from power. Amaechi also claimed that Nigerian politicians quarrel over sharing of country's resources. He said there are no ideas among Nigerian politicians, hence the fight over sharing of money. This is quite interesting. My colleague is in the house. Nigerians, I think the problem we have in this country is the case of short memory. That's one of the major crises that we have in this country, because some of the things that some of these politicians have said, we should be the one firing back at them. I think I really stand with Wike this time around. 23 years, the man had been in power, but just because 2 years he's not in power, he's complaining, and they're trying to form coalition, just exactly what they did to Jonathan in 2015, trying to form a coalition to kick out the current president and all of that. Don't you think that these guys just want to see themselves rotating again power around themselves? Do you think that it's really worth it for Nigerians to give them hearing on this issue of coalition? Because unfortunately, the people who are really vying for power right now are the same old stock, and they want to kick out this government from power to continue. Now, for the last 23 years that they have been in power, was there any change? Do you think that is worth Nigeria listening to these guys?
Let's tell ourselves the truth, It's a case of the kettle calling the pot black. Nyesom Wike himself, who has been in power for a long while, is not a today politician.
Wike has been all his life.
Yes,
for more than 25 years.
The only difference is that maybe he was directly under Rotimi Amaechi. He has really never been above Rotimi Amaechi except fairly recently. So it's a case of the kettle calling the pot black. You see, to me, it is fry pan and fire.
Yes.
Like Kenneth Okonkwo will say, APCO, PDP, PDAPCO, all they are one and the same. Just the nomenclature is what is different. When Rotimi Amaechi was in power, what difference did he really make? There was no difference. Atiku, when he was in power, was there any much different? The only thing is that, power is progressional. As the thing keeps moving forward, those ones that acted, they are regretting because the ones that these ones are acting now, they did not act that way. So he's pinning them in their time. They were too gentle. They were too gentle. They were too subtle. In their early years, those days, we hear things that, they've looted how much? Thousands of naira. We shut up. Then after a while, they say they looted millions. Hey! Now it's now billions. Oh! Now trillion. Nigerians are no more shouting. Because we started from thousands to millions to billions. Now trillions. Nigerians are now tired of shouting. So whether it is Rotimi Amaechi or Wike, they are one and the same. They are now, it's a case of them, both of them. At some point, like Rotimi will say, don't fight in their battles. Let's keep quiet and observe the two of them. And let's whoever wins takes the day. Because after all, like Oshomole will say at some point, he said, it's the best rigger that takes the day. It's not as if rigging doesn't take the day, but the one who knows how to rig the best who wins the day. So stop shouting they've rigged it. You too, if you have opportunity, you also rig it. The only thing I'm only asking for, can we truly ask for change? But unfortunately, I'm just being very realistic here. For a true change to come, it has to be this set of people too that will fight the old guns and come in. Maybe they will now repent and say they are tired. Let's truly change Nigeria.
Are you sure they will repent?
That's the problem, because the new Nigeria that will come up, for you to be able to take out these guys, the new Nigeria has to be as rugged, if not more rugged than they are.
Exactly.
But the question is, who is more rugged than they are?
Exactly.
None. Peter will be here and I just say, okay, he's a politician, but let's say we can package him. The guy does not want problem for himself. Nigerians can defend the mandate. The question is, can Peter Obi defend his mandate? He can't. That's the funny truth. Now, Sowore that would have just said, let's go ahead and put. Sowore looks more vengeful. It looks like somebody, when he comes in there, all of them are in trouble. But somehow, it seems not to be catching the attention of all. But for Nigeria to truly change, it has to come from a new stock. But the new stock now, will these old guns allow the new breed to come in? They won't. So it's a case of let's just see and hope that one of them amongst the lot that will say Nigerians have truly suffered. Let's bring them through change. But that one will be a miracle that will require a lot of fasting and prayer. Possibly, Nigerians coming to the ring of play.
All right, that's where we like to leave it. It's getting very interesting, I must say. From all indication, Tinubu's government would not want to fold its hands and be watching the level of castigation that they are getting from those who had once been in power, now coming back to claim as though they have repented and they will do better if given an opportunity. Let's watch and see what the reaction of Rotimi Amaechi will be now that the two